Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to another installment of Home Solutions, the local area's only home and garden show, specializing in vendors right here in the local area. This is Dennis Purvis with you live and direct this Saturday morning from the Mix 104.1 studios. No matter how you're listening, we appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. Got a good one today. And as always, Home Solutions is brought to you by my company, Pro 93 Home Solutions. And I'm a little biased, but my partner Jesse and I believe we're the friendliest contractors in town, man. So anything we can help you guys with, we do everything from full build outs to additions, finishing basements. Maybe you're thinking about a kitchen or bath remodel, building a detached garage, whatever it is, to the smallest repairs. We would love to partner with you and work to get in the home of your dreams. So if you're looking for any of those kind of home improvements, please give us a call, 458-4135, or look us up online at pro93homesolutions.com. There's a Contact Us tab. You click that. That comes directly to Jesse and I. We'll get a hold of you forthwith and make sure we get you scheduled for a free estimate with our estimator, Chris Plank. And also, remember, we have a cleaning division as well. Our clean team, Wendy and her crew, are ready to come out and help you with any of your residential or light commercial needs. We do everything from deep cleans, move-ins, move-outs, after construction clean, which may come in handy if you're doing some remodeling or if you're doing some DIY projects yourself. Our crew can come in, take good care of you. We also have a green clean option with Melaleuca products, which are chemical free as far as chlorine and ammonia. For the folks that have maybe some allergies or asthma, don't like that kind of bleachy chlorine smell after someone cleans, this will be great for you. It doesn't cost you anything else. It's part of our normal services. But Wendy would love to come out and give you a free estimate as well, whether it's one-time or recurring service. So, again, that's 458-4135 or pro93homesolutions.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Now that I've got our commercial/shameless plug out of the way, I'm going to introduce, I've got a guy here today. He's shy and bashful, folks. I don't know if he's ever going to even get to the microphone. Actually, I've got Sam Wells with us here from Surface Experts Chattanooga. Sam and I have known each other for a while. He is one of the most energetic, optimistic people. Like, he on his worst day that I've seen is still, I think, maybe better than me on my best day, energy-wise. So, Sam, thank you for being here today, man.
I love that introduction.
There
Dennis.
you go,
thank
man.
You so
like,
much.
you're always just ready to go. He is. I can tell you this, folks. If he comes out to your house to give you an estimate or take a look at your project, there'll be a smile on his face, and he will absolutely be ready to help you. And that's kind of one of his missions, I can tell you, just as a man, not just as a company.
Oh.
So let's talk a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Surface Experts.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic service, with all the different things you guys offer. But I guess first and foremost, tell everybody a little bit about what Surface Experts is.
Yeah. So Surface Experts, our main mission is to do expert repairs on small surface damage. Okay. We actually do full resurfacing on bathtubs, countertops, and glass top stoves. But everything else is think dinner plate size or smaller.
Yeah.
Surface repair. So, flooring, furniture, all kind of things.
So for everybody out there that's got that countertop with that nick in it,
you don't have to replace it.
Yeah.
And that saves time, it saves money, and it also reduces waste too. So that's a big part of our mission. Surface Experts is a national company, but we're a locally owned and operated franchise.
So you're
here
dealing
in Chattanooga.
with local folks.
Correct.
All
Correct.
Right. And
the owner lives on Signal Mountain.
So as we talk about this, as people are listening, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you guys?
So best way to get a hold of us is give us a call. Our phone number is 423-933-3013. And if you want to talk to me directly, you don't have to go through our support center. You can press option 2. It'll go straight to my cell phone. So
fantastic. And then it's just surfaceexperts.com?
Correct. Yep. Surfaceexperts.com. We're also Surface Experts on Instagram.
There you go.
That's probably the most
If you're
popular
looking for,
social.
and if you're looking for probably a gallery of some things you guys
Yeah.
have done, that's
Yeah.
Instagram is probably a
Yeah,
great
I'm-
place to see those pictures.
I'm pretty proud of our Instagram. I'm kind of, I've taken it over and I've
There
kind
you
of made it
go.
mine.
There
So
you go. and I know
Yeah.
that you're now the manager of operations and
Yep.
business development now
Yep.
for the company, correct?
yeah, I'm pretty new with Surface Experts. Been with them a couple months here. So, but I have been absolutely sold. Our techs do great work, and it is. I mean, I share some before and afters on our Instagram. It's kind of magical.
Yeah.
And especially my favorite service we do is the glass top stoves, because you get those burns, the kind of crusty,
Yep.
ooey gooey nastiness, and then after we come through, it looks like a brand new stove.
That's amazing.
I bet a lot of people think we just brought in a new stove.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, and that's a big part. So before we get too much further
Yeah.
into what you guys do, tell everybody out there listening, tell a little bit about your story. How'd you get
Yeah.
here? I know what I can tell you folks is that what I said before. I know you're made as a person to talk to people, but you also have a care for people and for meeting their needs. So this seems
Definitely.
like just kind of the perfect fit for you, from what I know of you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell everybody kind of like your story and how you got here.
Yeah, so I came to Chattanooga, specifically Lookout Mountain, because I went to Covenant College and
you
I
go.
studied theology.
We're
So
big
we have
when we were back at Lee, that was a big rival up there.
I think
Go up the mountain.
did y'all play soccer?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
'cause soccer was big at
Had,
Covenant.
had to go all the way up that mountain, which means then you had to come all the way down and burn
Probably
up
got
the brakes.
stuck too.
Yeah, that's
a lot of
true.
tour buses get stuck going up the mountain. But yeah, so went there, kind of just didn't know what I was going to do after college. I was like, go into more debt. So I was like, I can do everything. So I started my sales career. Briefly was like, no, I'm going to do EMT work. So I went to school for that. I mean, it's kind of a comedy. Like I could just go on, but like I've kind of done everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Name the job. I may have done it.
Yeah.
Or at least thought about doing it
Yeah, no
at one
kidding.
point. So, but I'd say my biggest career was actually I was an area manager for a mattress firm.
Yeah.
In Hickson and Chattanooga. And learned a lot of great skills on how to manage people, a lot of great HR training, things like that. Then had to make a move for just some kind of outside circumstances. Sold telecom for a while. I think that's how I met you, Dennis, and we have some mutual friends. And but yeah, so and then I needed to make a change again. I've got some major life changes going on in my life. So me and the owner of Surface Experts had been talking off and on for the last 2 years about me working for him. It just never timed out right. And the time came, the guy that was in my position put in 2 weeks. He called me and was just like, hey, I want to hire you if you're willing to. And so I was like, let me think about it. But I knew I was going to do it.
You had to say that.
Yeah, I was like,
gotta say,
I didn't want to look desperate.
Let me check. But
No,
you know,
it
funny
scratches
how-
a lot of itches for me
Yeah.
as far as like I love operations. I have a very operational mindset, scheduling, but I really like the sales aspect of things. I like getting out and meeting people, and then I love marketing. It's like one of my it's just kind of like
I told you guys he's shy. He's
multiple
bashful.
hats.
I mean, we're never going to be I knew coming in this was going to be one of the fastest shows ever, because you come in here and you can just, I know you're the type of person I can ask you a question. You understand what we're doing here. You understand we're doing a show, and you're just you're gonna take it and wing it. And so we better watch the timer. Let me make sure I keep that on. But that said, so again, I think this, when you said it scratched a lot of your itches, I can see this just in not only your responsibilities, but in some of the work they do. And then, you're one of those people that you've got a heart and you've got a need to be able to help people meet their needs.
Yes.
And when you've got a service, and I've seen some of these before and afters, folks. And we've actually, when he came by a few weeks ago and let us know this is where he was, it was perfect for us because our estimator Chris had just talked to us about refinishing some tubs and and we run into all the time, especially on kitchen remodels. One of the biggest things are people they may not love their cabinets, but most people are all right with their countertops, except for that big nick on the end, or something's got it, or there's a huge gash down one of the and it's right in the middle.
It's bound to happen.
And I don't know if you've looked, but those things aren't cheap right now. Even the Formica, even the stuff that you can get at a box store, has really, really went up in recent years. And if you've got a large kitchen, it's sometimes hard to even get the pieces you need at a box store where you're not going somewhere to get custom pieces because of the size involved. I mean, if you need something more than 10 feet, a 10-foot run, it's hard to get, from like a cookie cutter box store.
Yeah.
So you've got to go somewhere custom. So it doesn't matter whether it's Formica, quartz, or granite. Guess what? Custom means the price just doubled. Yeah. So let's start there because I can tell you that's something that we see every day. And what that means to us is, we try to work within everybody's budgets. So finding an affordable solution to not having to spend for a family $2,000 or $3,000 on countertops, for countertops that they don't mind right now, they've just got some defects.
Correct.
So talk about what you guys see and what the process is. If somebody called and says, "Hey, I've got a counter to look at," what is it you guys are looking for when you're going in?
So as far as the countertops go, we can resurface, and we use like a high quality resin, and we spray it on.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing, what I like about this is any vinyl countertop, even if it's like really nice, it's still gonna have those little seams, and they always get nicked. They always get, the corner always falls off.
Yeah.
We actually have a tech that went to special training in Chicago for this job for a whole week. Like stayed over there, stayed at a hotel, and that all of our techs go through a training in Spokane, Washington. Again, go for a week, learn this stuff, kind of go through a boot camp per se. So, but what I like about the countertops is, typically I'd say on average, we charge about $1,000 for that. But kind of like what you're saying, I looked up the labor just on replacing it. It's $1,200.
Oh yeah,
and it looks brand new. It looks amazing. You can pick your color. We can order the color that you want.
Well, and that's to me, that's the thing. If I've got somebody, if I've got somebody trying to redo their kitchen, freshen up their look, and we can provide them, here's a $3,000 to $4,000 option, or we can call my buddy Sam over at Surface Experts, at 933-3013, and guess what? We may be able to do this for about a third.
Correct.
And be able to take care of that. Now, and you thought about vinyl, but you guys, I noticed on your website, you guys also do quartz as well too, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, and we can do the Formica as well, and we can do repairs, or we can completely resurface. So the repairs are very reasonably priced. I mean, it's just nothing compared to like redoing it. So, absolutely.
So even if you've got, especially
even granite, that's the big thing. The stone countertops.
Yeah, listen,
huge.
The granite and the quartz. For those of you folks that have spent the money on that already, thinking this will be the lifetime purchase, what you said is dead on. On those seams and on those edge pieces, that's where the stress has already been from where they've cut. So those areas have already been kind of distressed in a way. So in integrity, that's, if there's going to be a failure, that's typically where it is.
Yeah.
So having somebody,
when I go in, I touch the edges.
Yeah.
I'm always touching the edges. I'm like, so I'm looking for that stuff when I'm walking through.
You're looking for that stress.
Yes.
But folks, if you can go in and get a repair on something you may have already spent $3,000 to $5,000 on, and thinking, I'll have these till I die. Well, yeah, you will, but do you want that nick in the side? You want that crack? So having that with you guys, it really is an affordable option.
It is. It is. Yeah. And I'd say, so this is why I'm really glad I'm on this show. About 95% of our clientele is apartments and condos and like hotels.
Yeah.
So I would really like to do more for the residential. Just people just don't know about us, and I think that's a big reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Not only just to be on your show, Dennis, but
and I think the thing is that, in all honesty, I didn't know something like this existed.
Yeah.
But again, the brochures you left, my estimator's already taken them because he's out in people's houses every day. And, right now with this economy, number one, people are staying in their homes a little more, but number two, people don't have a ton of money, just a discretionary kind of willow away because they don't like their countertops. So being able to give them an affordable option for repair is a big thing. And I said we were watching it, and I'm not. So we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we've just talking about countertops here. But when we come back, I'm going to have Sam go through some of the other things that they do. And folks, if you've got some stainless steel appliances out there, the little nicks and scratches, and you've been wondering, don't buy the repair kit off Amazon. Trust me on this. you need to call my buddy Sam, because Sam's going to tell you what they can do for you. Stay right there. We'll be back in just a second. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.
Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.
Welcome back, everybody. I've got Sam Wells with Surface Experts in here, and today's episode of Home Solution. Dennis Purvis with you as always. And listen, first of all, we want to thank you no matter how you're listening today. Maybe you're driving around town this morning. Maybe you're driving around getting some shopping done, running some errands, or maybe you're headed out to the local hardware store or nursery, getting ready for your honey-do list for the day. However you're listening, whether it's in the radio, in the car, you're sitting at home, maybe you're streaming online, or you're listening through the Mix 104.1 app, which if you don't have it on your phone, you need to. There's a lot of great content on there, especially now, high school basketball season, everything's ramping up. You'll be able to see some great scores and all things local to our community. I forgot. Everybody in Facebook world, we're waving up the wave, Sam, wave, say hi, smile. As you can tell, Sam and I have great faces for radio. So we're probably not going to be on TV.
I'm like the least
listen,
photogenic person.
And listen, folks, though, if you're watching on Facebook, and for those of you listening, I want you to go home and look at the Facebook feed, because Sam looks like he should be a sergeant in local law enforcement. In fact, he came out one night to hang out with us, and some of my friends were like, "So who's the cop?" You have the cop mustache.
I looked really coppish.
And you had the cop boots on that night.
Oh, that's not like a slur or something.
No,
coppish?
and you had the boots, you had the mustache, you had the haircut, and you rode up on a bike.
Oh,
you
yeah.
were on a motorcycle. So it was
all
just
the
like,
red flags.
You were like off-duty police officer. That's what you were there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
This was lacking my duty holster, you know?
Yes, that's exactly right. So, but Sam's here now. He's now the business development manager and manager operations for Surface Experts Chattanooga. And if you missed the first segment, Surface Expert is a company that really gives affordable options to any kind of small surface repair. Did I do good?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
Expert repairs on small surface damage.
There you go.
That's what we do.
And we talked in the first segment about countertops. No matter what you got, folks, whether it's just Formica, you're just trying to maybe salvage, you've got cracks, quartz, granite, no matter from low to high dollar, whatever it is, not only can they do repairs and spot repairs affordably, you guys can do whole refinish, correct?
We can. Yeah,
So,
on your vinyl and Formica, yeah.
On the
And I mean,
vinyl
we
and
could do
Formica.
the stone, too. I mean, a lot of times the stone looks fine. We can actually pull the stains out of the stone, because the stone's like a little sponge. It soaks up.
And let me every week we kind of do a tip for the week. So one of the things I will say for folks right now is, one of the biggest questions we get when we do a kitchen remodel is, do we want quartz or granite? And I will tell you this. It's not my house. I tell you what I tell everybody. It's not my house. It's yours. It's what your preference is. I will tell you from a maintenance point of view. Granite is porous.
Yeah.
Stains get in there.
Oh, yeah.
You spill the right wine or the right Kool-Aid for that matter.
Yeah.
And it can get down in there. There are conditioners you can put on, but you it's kind of like staining your deck outside. You have got to do that annually or semi-annually to make sure that's there, or it is porous. Now, quartz is not. So it really just depends on what you like the look of. I tell people, if you're going to spend that much money, I'd go, if it were my house, I'd go quartz. But again, it's not my house, so it's really up to them. But the good news is no matter what if you've already done it, it's not too late, because now you've got a friend in the repair business. This is Sam, everybody. Sam, they get a hold of you guys at surfaceexperts.com. What's your guys' phone number here?
It's 423-933-3013.
3013. All right. So And if you're watching on Facebook, Gideon should, right above us here, there should be a nice little blurb, and he's going to link to their Facebook page. And you guys are also on Instagram.
We are. Surface Experts on Insta is our handle.
There
so
you
at
go.
Surface Experts.
So check them out, because that's where you can see kind of the before and afters, the gallery of all the projects they've done. And you're pretty proud of that.
I am. I'm going to add a lot more of those pictures because, and there's some silly stuff too. Some cats.
There you go.
We got Feline Fridays.
You never know. You got to you got to keep it. You can't just do all business all the time. People tune that
I
out.
try to have fun. I'm kind of maybe try to feature our techs a little bit. They're really the heroes. I'm just coordinating things. They're the ones that are doing the magic. They're getting in there.
Look at you being a team builder right there.
I mean,
helping the team out.
I can't take all the credit.
Well, they're
because
out there. They're
the
doing
ones
magic.
that need to.
You see, and folks, you see some of these pictures, and you're going to be amazed. So trust me when I tell you. So we've talked about countertops. Let's move to appliances.
Yes.
Talk to me about what can you guys do? What's kind of the call you get the most? I know you mentioned earlier, and I'd like you to mention again, just on the glass top stove seems to be a popular thing these days.
That's my favorite. It's quick, it's not expensive, and it looks like a brand new stove. It looks like you just went to the store and bought a brand new stove.
Am I allowed to pin you down? And again, no one out there listening is going to hold him to this, but on a ballpark, if someone has a glass top stove that needs to be redone, what's a ballpark figure?
150.
You're kidding me.
Not kidding you. And it looks, you see it looks like a brand new stove. So,
folks,
$150.
933-3013.
We have an apartment complex that we're out there probably every week doing 2 or 3 of those.
Wow.
They're calling us constantly because it's a great way to just make the apartment shine.
Yeah,
so if you're a property manager,
went out and got a new stove.
I probably have already talked to you, but I'd like to talk to you again.
So there you go. If you're listening out there, you've got some rental properties, or maybe you're running an apartment complex, or condos, or short-term stays.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got a hotel, with some kitchenettes or something, or counters in the vanities are in there. This is your man. Sam is your guy.
We do some work for some of the major hotels. Like you think the nicest hotels in Chattanooga, we probably do some work for them.
Well, I saw on your brochure you have one of the reviews from you guys is for the chief engineer for all of Doubletree.
Yeah.
Doubletree Hilton. So obviously you guys know what you're doing on a national level with that stuff too, and to have that here in Chattanooga and Cleveland is fantastic. So the other thing,
it's high quality. Like our work, like we may not be the cheapest. It's still less than replacing, but it's because our work is so high quality. It lasts. We stand behind it. We warranty our work for a year.
There you
so
go.
if there's anything that goes wrong with our bathtubs or repairs or anything, we're going to come back out, and I'm going to get you on the schedule as soon as possible because that matters to me. You've already spent the money with us. I want to take care of you.
The last thing you want is an unhappy customer out there.
Correct.
So before we move to bathtubs, let's finish up appliances.
Yeah.
One of the things that we run into a lot, especially on new remodels, is everybody wants to go with the new stainless steel look.
I love that. I've got a stainless steel fridge.
Yes. But those things can get nicked.
Yeah.
And we have inadvertently nicked a few in our days when we've been putting them in. And I will tell you this, the repair kits, and for those of you not watching and listening, I'm using air quotes with my fingers. The repair kits, is
it like shaving cream and a Brillo pad?
It is. It's kind of like I feel like it's like the cheap stuff you buy at AutoZone where you try to get your, and it's never as light of a scratch as you think it is.
Yeah.
And it just looks worse when you're done. That's pretty much what happened. So I literally gave a customer one time, I said, look, and it wasn't a big scratch, but it was right on the top left corner of the door. And I said, I need to give you a discount for a magnet. And he said, excuse me? And I said, because we have magnets. So I had put a Pro 93 magnet in the top corner, and I said,
hey, I
said, I need you to walk over to your refrigerator and take that magnet off. And he's like, okay. And he was like, how'd that get there? I said, we did it. I said, we tried to fix it. And I didn't know about Surface Experts, or I would have already called him and got it fixed. And I said, so I'm going to give you a discount off I'm going to give you a $500 to go buy the nicest magnet you want. And he was like, you know what? That sounds like a deal to me. Because what we had done is we had looked at just repricing that door, because these refrigerators are all computers now. And most of the doors have all these screens and sensors and lights. Just replacing the door was going to be $800.
Oh my goodness!
So he was very $800 to replace the door, or it's a $2,000, $3,000 fridge. So I was very happy with a $500 magnet budget. So
Did he spend that all on the magnet?
As far as I know, he still has our magnet right there, so that was free. So he made $500.
And I like how you turned that like problem into an opportunity to advertise your business.
It's marketing. It's marketing.
You named it.
So if you've got stainless steel out there,
Yeah.
talk about your guys' process. You guys can take care of those too. Correct?
Yeah, a lot of our it's tough because a lot of our products are proprietary, so I can't like be like we use this specific, you know.
I got you.
But yeah, we get in there.
You can't tell us what's in the secret
Yeah, exactly.
sauce.
I can't tell you, but yeah, they get in there and they use some chemicals to kind of buff it out and return at least most of the original shine. So, you know, some of our repairs, you know, some of them look, you can't even tell it's there. A lot of times, especially on the flooring and stuff, if you as the homeowner know that that's there and you do this, or well, you do this, I need to talk in the mic, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
But the thing is when you're walking past, you're not going to see it.
Anybody coming over is not going to see
Nobody's going to know. And that's really how our repairs work. Sometimes we get that one. I saw a couple floors that one of our techs did. Big shout out to him. I could not tell from the pictures. I could not tell there was a
So let's segue
damage.
into floors. What kind of floors are you guys talking about repairing?
We can do wood. We can do real wood. Okay. We can do the LVP.
You can. Laminate?
You know, yeah, the laminate flooring, vinyl flooring, pretty much anything because we're going to take a very, you know.
What about ceramic tile?
Yeah, we do tile repair all the time. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you're talking about these are nicks, cracks.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's, you know, the tile, if it's like just broken to bits,
not a lot
it's,
you can do about that.
you know, we don't do retiling. You know, we're not going to come in there and retile your whole.
You're basically going to, if you've got a crack in a tile in the middle of your floor and you don't want to take up the rest of your floor.
Exactly.
You're
exactly. Or retile, you know, and especially with the wood and stuff, especially with how they snap, you know, a lot of times if there's damage on the floor, you're going to have to pull up several sections of that floor to even repair it. So even if you have extra, like for instance, my house, I have some extra, we have hardwood floors in my house. I have some extra wood up in my attic. But, you know, getting that down, figuring out, you know, paying somebody to come do it for me.
The other piece, too, is there's all still interlock in some way. So you got to pull it back to a wall somewhere. You got to pull it back to a starting point.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And it sounds fun until you're down on your knees for, 3 hours and you still haven't got it fixed.
You guys probably know how that is.
So now I don't have to do that anymore.
Exactly.
Because I've got a friend in the Surface Experts business. So, Sam, one more time.
We're happy to help.
How do they get a hold of you guys?
Well, so you can definitely reach out to us on social media. But if you want to book an appointment or book me to come out and just kind of scope out what the repair is going to look like, you can always reach us at 423-933-3013.
And then online, it's just surfaceexperts.com.
Surfaceexperts.com.
And if you're an email person, can I give out your email?
Yeah, absolutely.
S. Wells for Sam Wells. So that's S as in Sam. Sam Wells at surfaceexperts.com. Reach out, get a hold of them. And if you're hearing this and maybe you're in the car and you didn't have a chance to write this down, you can always go back and you hear us every week. Call us 458-4135. Tell them you heard Sam on the show. You need to get the Surface guys out there, and I'll get you in touch with them as well.
Appreciate that, Dennis.
Yeah, man. So let's finish up. We've talked about countertops. We talked about appliances. We talked about flooring. But a couple other things you guys do are baths and showers.
Yeah, it's probably one of our biggest services is resurfacing the showers, bathtubs. We can do bathtubs and surrounds. We can do tiles.
Fiberglass?
We can do both, that and cast iron. So,
So you guys do refinish cast iron? Oh,
yeah, we can refinish, and we can do. If there's just like a little chip in there, we can repair it, and you're not going to notice it's there because we can match the paint.
And I can tell you, folks, we've got a lot of folks now that are wanting the big soaker tubs. They're wanting the cast iron.
Yeah.
Holy cow, those things are expensive right now. We just had a customer, and I can tell you that she had 2 cast iron tubs that literally had been in her yard.
Oh,
rusted out a little bit, had a lot of damage, and she was going to just replace them, and they were going to be almost $3,000 a piece.
Oh, good heavens!
And on a cast iron tub. Again, give folks a ballpark. What's the general ballpark?
Yeah, if we're doing at its most expensive, if we're doing the tub and the surround, it's $500. So,
folks,
if we're just doing the tub, it's $250. So
she could, So there's an option for her right now. Now, do you guys come to site? Do you pick the stuff up if it's freestanding, or do you guys like to work on site if possible?
Most of the time on site, we're definitely not going to take your furniture home with us or anything like that. It's just too much liability, and we don't want to damage it further. We don't want to repair and then bring it back. So, but we've met people at storage units, things like that. We'll try to make it happen if at all possible.
You guys are set up to be mobile.
Yes.
Listen, Sam, thank you so
much. Yeah, our techs have their own cars. I
appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Dennis.
Love you, man.
Yeah,
and
love you too.
Surface Experts, everybody. Surface Experts, Chattanooga, 933-3013. Give them a call. Ask for Sam. Tell him you heard him on the radio. And
love that.
And you want to get him out to check out what you've got. Listen, folks, until next week, make sure you go home. Love on your family, love on your neighbor, and remember, we're all in this together. We'll see you next week right here on Home Solutions, where you've been listening on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.